412-215-8116. That's 412-215-8116, or see Monarch Windows and Doors on Google or Facebook.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guest, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the position of WMBS Radio. The following is a paid political presentation. Candidates may have provided all or some questions to the host and may or may not take phone calls. WMBS and the host do not endorse any political candidate on air during a paid political presentation.
This land of ours is under attack. Time has come, we're gonna take it back. Just wait and see. Don't tread on me. I won't sit back, stand idly by, watch the heart of my nation die. Oh, not me. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on my Bible, don't tread on my guns, don't you tread on my faith in God's only Son. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on me.
Hey everybody, this is Jon Marietta, and I am the Hillbilly. And today's show is being brought to you by Monarch Windows and Doors, Miles' Garage and Tire Center, PatriotsOnline.com, Fayette County Recovery and Storage and U-Haul, Country Motor Sales, Tactical Civics, White Mountain Logging, Solid Foundation Ministry, New Life Free Methodist Church, Highline Motorsports, Gun Owners of America, Hillbilly Jon Radio, which is on YouTube, and Jon Marietta for We the People. And we got a new sponsor just came on board with us for the next few months. It's Patriot Switch, and what it is it's Buy American products. Join over 2 million monthly shoppers that have made the switch. We need to start voting with our dollars and ensure that our purchases are supporting companies that promote freedom. Okay, that's where we're at. It's been I'll tell you what, it seems like it should be Friday for everything I've been into already this week.
Yeah, I thought it was Friday until you just told me it wasn't, so
okay.
There you go.
What's the temperature outside?
Cold.
64.
It's 64 degrees. Yesterday it was really warm. We're waiting on one of our guests to get here. But anyways, we're going to start out with this. Philippians 4:11-13. God, we praise you that no matter what things we are walking through, we can walk through them. We can do all things through you who gives us strength, through you who gives us peace, through you who gives us joy. Oh God, we pray that over each other. Okay, we got a lot of things going on. One of the things is tomorrow is the May Day Parade in downtown Uniontown, and we're going to be part of that. And the Fayette Shooters are going to be at the May Day Parade.
Yes.
And
Gino's just walking in.
That's okay. But tell us, the Shooters had a good weekend.
They did. They actually competed at the state at a state competition at Shenandoah for 4-H, and for the junior division, their team came in second place overall, and then we had 2 individual shooters that placed in the top 5 as well. Jonathan Bilstein placed second overall in that division, and then Owen Shimshock. He placed 4th overall. So they had a good weekend. It was cold and rainy, but they did well.
And this is going to be on. They're going to be on the float with me with us tomorrow downtown.
The Sharpshooters.
Yep, and they're going to be passing.
We should change our name.
They're going to be passing things out. Yeah, we'll call them the Sharpshooters.
Parades are great, aren't they?
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing that, and we're hopefully all the boys will get there in time. We'll get everything decorated. We'll get all the American flags out and celebrate May Day, and it'll be a good thing.
It'll be fun.
Okay, I guess I want to turn to the first thing on the agenda here, since Gino just walked in. It seems the law library at the Fayette County Courthouse is in need of repair. The ceiling.
Well, I can attest that, even 10 years ago, that was flaking real bad, the paint, and it was in
So
rough.
I checked with my solicitor.
Can only imagine now what it looks like.
I checked with my solicitor, and I had him draft a letter, and we gave it to all the commissioners about 2 weeks ago. And because I'm the recorder of deeds for the people of Fayette County, I'm able to help with, and there's the documents, and that's my job, to take care of priceless documents. And there is priceless documents in this law library.
Historical records up there.
Yeah,
it's really neat. It's not a room that really the public takes advantage of or uses, but you have the right, if you want to try to defend yourself in a case, or even if it's a magistrate level, want to see about a lawsuit, a case or something, you can go up there, and it's made available to the public. And I think a lot of young attorneys might take advantage of that.
Some of them do. Some of them do. And, of course, a lot of things are online nowadays, but these are documents that need to be held in great regard and great esteem, I guess would be the right word. We need to take care of all this. But anyways, so I got a contractor to give us a bid, and the bid come in where I can afford to pay for it from the money that I generated from interest.
Well, that's great.
Interest.
So, Jon, you've done some amazing things with the short time you've been in office there. You've saved the county quite a bit of money. You streamlined a couple of things there. You found those records that were up in Iron Mountain. Saved us, you
$8,000 a year.
That was bleeding. It was just perpetual went on for decades. You broke that up, and I think it's great. And it's amazing that you're not only within budget, that you're.
No, I'm not. I pay for my budget now.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. So you're actually, so your office is generating everything.
Yeah, to pay for itself.
And now you want to give a little back, or you're going to get into the helping the law library. I think that's great. So
I'm able to. So I'm going to be able to. I told her, I gave each commissioner secretary a letter, and it's been 3 weeks and I haven't heard anything. So we don't know what we're going to do. We're waiting on the commissioners to come back with that and see what happens.
You only need two, right? If two of them give you the thumbs up.
I don't. They might be. I think they're a little mad at me because we've been exposing some of the things that they've been doing, and
this is pretty fundamental though. You want to fix the courthouse.
But let's think.
Thank you for that, or at least sign off.
Yeah, let's think about this a little bit. We got a Galton Bank building that they pumped $5.2 million in, and they don't want to help. They don't want to let me paint the law library ceiling.
Well, I tell you, if they don't do this soon, I guess I would just take what you are doing, take it to the public. I see you tried to just get this done behind the scenes. Maybe go to the next commissioners meeting and
we're going to make mention of it if they let me, but I don't know if they will. I'm going to give Nick a copy of that right now, so if he ever wants to report on it, he'll know what's going on. But anyways,
well, good luck with that. I sure hope that it's a pretty low-hanging fruit, a no-brainer.
So, hey, we do got somebody on the line. I believe Greg Stenstrom's calling in.
Yeah, I'm here, Jon.
And
how are you?
We're going to bounce some stuff off of you today, I think, which would be good. Gino happened to get free to. I think because it's raining, Gino was able to come in. Gino sells these garden sheds and garages
small
and
barns.
Yeah, and one of the things he does sell that a lot of people don't know about, which I find very intriguing, is the greenhouses, which I think that's really neat.
Well, one we sold last year to a lady right in Hopwood. I just went, and her name's Patricia, and I just was at her place, and it's beautiful. She has all the plants out. Mm-hmm. She's actually she's selling plants, and she's already getting a return on her investment, although it's really just her hobby, but it's an expensive hobby, but it's just beautiful. We'll have some pictures and post them on our Facebook page here soon.
So when you get to Fayette County, which you're going to get to come pretty soon, I think.
Yeah, next couple of weeks.
Yeah. So we got a lot of things going on here, but one of the things that Gino, I'll let you take it from here, Gino.
Well, sure.
Why don't you go for it?
Pretty simply, we noticed that there was a change in the election reporting software that the commissioners have been using, and I say commissioners because this is a year they're not running, so they actually make up the election board. So in April, the election board of the commissioners decided to implement this new election night reporting software by a company, SOE Software. and the company. So I think the reason they did it was because of some of the problems they had. I guess the Microsoft Excel, the spreadsheets and things, and kind of got a little complicated. So if you go to this SOE Software's website, and I'm going to put these links that I'm talking about up online so people can see this for themselves. The sales pitch is that they select fonts and colors that instill confidence and trust in your reporting. Now, that's just,
wow.
And I understand that, so whatever. So we've incurred this cost. Well, so I started looking into this SEO software just a little bit, and without it, just off an internet search, I found out the company, it's a DBA for a company called SCYTL. And that company maintains an office in the United States down at 5401 West Kennedy Boulevard in Tampa Bay, down in Tampa, Florida. So I thought, well, that's weird. And then just a real simple search, then you dig just a little bit deeper, and you find out that this company is based out of Barcelona, Spain.
What?
Yeah, right. So we've got this software
now the
we're paying
Spanish
for.
People are like
yeah,
involved?
we used to just use a spreadsheet that didn't cost the taxpayers anything, and now because this has.
How about a pencil?
Yeah, well, we got pretty fonts, and there's been focus groups.
It's significant,
There's
Gino, that
sure.
it looks pretty. It's
Yeah,
significant.
really. So they had focus groups, and and I guess a lot of counties are using this software. So whatever. So we look into it a little bit more, just a little bit, and right away I find two links. One is with it's really scary. Who owns this SkyTel or SCYTLE company? We know they're out of Barcelona. It's a venture group, and just an easy Wikipedia search, you find out that this company has tons of partners and layers of people, in Barcelona in different companies, and it's a real tangled mess, and really hard to find who actually owns this company. But they do. They run elections. It's a real tangled mess, and it's really hard to find who actually do.
You're getting the feedback.
It's a real tangled mess, and it's really hard. Okay.
Sorry about that.
All right. So anyhow, when you get to the very end of it, then you realize that our voting software, at least the reporting, is being done by companies not based in the United States, and they had a lot of trouble in Switzerland, and we got a couple of articles where there's definitely a trap door in the software in Switzerland, and they outlawed the software, and now we've got. So we got those articles, and they're finding that these trapdoors were put in there to look unintentional. They've proven that this trapdoor, and it allows some outside person to go in and manipulate the data.
Wow.
But all of that is like, I just don't understand why a poor little county like ours even needs this stuff.
I don't know.
And if we do have it, where still is the layers of accountability? Can't we count our own votes here in Fayette County? Can't we find a local accountant, our local company to do this?
We found somebody. We found somebody. Me and Gino found somebody.
We did, and he's gonna come on the show, John.
He's going to come on the show. He's coming to Fayette County. He's out of town right now, but one of the most famous data experts in the country is going to be coming to Fayette County. And he's got a background.
And he's from the U.S.
He's local, and he's
not from Barcelona.
Yeah, no,
he's from, but he's established here. People are going to know him, and I think they're going to be impressed.
He's a U.S. citizen.
He's got a lot of credentials, and tabulation and statistical data is his specialty.
We're just not allowed to announce it just yet, but we will.
But anyhow, we're going to post this on the feed, on the WMBS feed. The links, some articles from the Guardian and from a company called Tech Explorer. And you guys can make up your own mind. Do we even need this? We've never had it before. And to me, and I felt that they were the whole election bureaus become less transparent instead of more transparent. And it's a shame. I think they're just going the wrong way with that. And at the end, 1 + 1 is always going to equal 2. No matter what color the font is, or the colors, or the background music, or the app that adds that up.
Right.
It's going to be the same. So
simple is better most times. In most
sure,
cases.
this is just a PR game, and we could just count it. We could just count these ballots ourselves too, without these machines.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah,
we could do that.
You're really over the target, Gino. I mean, SOE software, which is what you guys bought.
SOE stands for Supervisor of Election Software, SOE Software. And you got it right that the parent organization is CITL. And CITL, for people to really put a point on it, they're one of the world's largest election services companies. Their competitor, actually, they're bigger than Dominion, but they are an election systems company. You mentioned the trapdoor they found. They stopped using it in Switzerland. But if you look at where else it's used, is Australia, where they've had election issues, Ecuador, which they threw everything out. It's used all over the European Union, Malta, Norway, Spain, the United States, United Arab Emirates, Canada. So they're embedded all over the place, and they're owned by the CITL group, or the CITL Election Systems is owned by Paragon Systems, which is a military group, but it's also owned by anonymous investors out of Dubai. And when you really start tracking it back, to your point, it starts going back to Soros-owned organizations and globalist-owned corporations. So the question would be, to put a point on it, is why is Fayette County, to your point, buying software?
Right. We had Microsoft Excel. I think we
have the money to buy the software.
Well, in some instances, and Greg, you might, they usually incentivize the communities that switch into these big systems. So I'm sure there probably was a cost. And I know they have lobbyists at CCAP, which is the commissioners' trade meetings that you go to, the trade organization for counties, the big CCAP conventions. And, I'm curious, what did we spend? What did the county spend on this? And really, it's just a PR thing. I mean, pretty fonts and lipstick on a pig. That's what we call PR. They did it with the jail.
Yeah, they did it with
lipstick
the jail.
on a pig.
Yeah. Which we just found out there's problems there again.
There's still big problems at the jail.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one of the things, Gino, and I just want to bat this back at you too, is looking at the, why the Board of Elections. If you really look into CITL was used in 12 U.S. states and 980 jurisdictions, counties, in 28 states. And if anyone, they heard the stories afterwards from Sidney Powell and so forth that was reported on OAN, that when they heard the things that there were people coming in from the back door, using trapdoors and election software from Germany, that was CITL. That was the office. That was a CITL office out of Frankfurt. So the question would be to the county commissioners would be, why, with all the problems, we're pressing for recounts for May and November, and into the elections, there's all types of errors and problems, including miscounts. John was the only recount that I'm aware of in the state that was meaningful, where a recount was allowed to be performed by the candidate himself. The only one since 2020 is John's in May. And with all the problems they have and all the fire that has gone after Judge Leskinen, why the heck would they go out and buy software or buy services and software from a company, a Soros-owned company that's in the middle of all of these problems? I mean, what were they thinking?
Well, I think it's just a PR thing. Try to move the conversation, and just create some extra layers to the onion. So but we're going to keep digging. I mean, but we can't afford this kind of software. I'm really curious as to the cost. They did do it. I mean, in election board meeting. I don't know who voted for it. Because the minutes aren't online, the approved minutes aren't, and they probably won't be till their next meeting. And they only have a few of those a year, generally speaking. And it's hard to be at all their You can't be at all the meetings.
The next one actually should be this week, because they'll probably certify the primary election, I would imagine, unless there's been any challenges brought forth.
They don't have monthly meetings?
Not for the election board.
But they're as needed.
The election board.
And then they'll approve the minutes from the last meeting. So unfortunately, I wasn't there, and it doesn't look like the press was there, because I think they would have put that in if they were doing the new software. So some people like it, some don't, but just because it looks
the
pretty
biggest thing the biggest thing I can see, they don't give a total number of voters. You can't, and I haven't been able in to figure that out. But with people being able to manipulate it from other sources, and Greg can verify this because I guess this happened in Switzerland and in Australia, right?
Yep.
And
Ecuador.
Ecuador. They were able to breach the firewall that was in place, and they were able to manipulate the vote counts. So they had some problems, and I mean they caught it.
Right, but even with all that, and I'm not suggesting that that's why they did this or they have any kind of access to it, but why in the world would we even spend the money or even do it when we had a system that worked? I mean, again, well, it didn't work.
Did
I
it
guess
work?
was the problem, right? But I think the slow reporting and trying to slow down, and we've seen different reporters get chastised for revealing the votes too early. But it's election night. People want those returns, and they should all be done.
There was nothing in last year's primary. There was nothing that was reported early. It was there was two different reports. But in the fall election, they had the county actually presented the information 3 different times and 3 different totals. So that happened in the fall. It wasn't nobody reported it wrong. They reported it right, and they reported it right here from WMBS. But because I have the emails that were sent over, so we know that they reported them correctly according to what they were given.
And there was like a huge delay, wasn't there? There was a huge delay.
Yeah, there was a final tally around midnight, and then at like 1:30 there was another tally that came in, and like Greg says, they tell you win, they tell you to lose, they tell you to tie. Oh, we're going to flip a coin to see who won, and I mean,
well, at the end of the day, we know they didn't get it right. Just in the bullskin one, we saw those.
Yeah, the bullskin is one of the biggest problems I can see.
I won't acknowledge it, but fonts. Pretty fonts and software and nice applications.
Is it going to be cursive?
Yeah, probably not. But it is what it is. That's just another. I think it's just a distraction. They're trying to distract from the real issues.
Yeah,
of
because they're trying to distract from the main problem. The main problem is Act 77, and Greg will agree with me. And our state representative, one of them that's in Ryan Warner's still in. It looks like he's going to get reelected because he has no challenger. He voted for it, and Pat Stefano is the state senator, and he was part of the committee that brought it out.
Do we know was Charity Grimm? Did she vote?
No, Charity wasn't involved in that. Nope. It was Matt Dowling at the time. So
did he vote for it? Just out of curiosity.
Yep. And Bud Cook voted for it, but Bud Cook was the only one that came out and said publicly. He says we made a big mistake. So, but there's nothing been done about it, and we know that. So this is where we're at, and until we can get somebody to fix it, or we can get people, get a judge to say, hey, well, we did get a judge, didn't we, Greg? Judge Leskin said there's definitely problems with these mail-in ballots.
Yeah,
he did.
He did.
So just for anyone that's watching this online, I did get the post up with all the information we're talking about, so you can do your own research and see. It just seems like a silly thing for them to do. But hey, at any rate, John, we got a big summer coming up for you, right?
We do got a big summer, Greg. We'll get back to you in 1 minute, Greg, if that's okay.
Oh, take your time.
Yeah, we're having a hog roast. We're not having let's start with July the 6th. July the 6th, we're going to be at Flatwoods. We've already got a lot of people coming in. Going to have hot dogs and hamburgers and I don't know. I don't want to give you the menu just yet because they're trying to figure it out.
It's a good time, folks. A lot of good fellowship.
Always good food.
Yeah, and just show up and as always, and anything we're going to ask of you is give us a little donation for the food, to cover the food and for the shelter. It looks like we got the Republican Party's going to be there. It looks like the John Birch Society is going to be there. Looks like there's going to be several other different people there, but we're not going to talk politics. We're just going to sit around, have a nice quiet Sunday afternoon, and eat and drink soda.
All right. It'll be a good time.
If I make it out there, we're going to be talking about politics, John.
But anyways, we're great. But it looks like we already got a lot of people wanting to come. So and it's going to be something completely.
Okay, so that's going to be. Then you got the
July 6th
river rally. You're going to be there.
Now
right?
we're going to do the floating with the hillbilly. That's going to be. Hopefully, I float.
Listen, everybody, I'm telling you, it's going to be a great time.
We're anticipating. We're anticipating several hundred people at this.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you've never floated the river, and you've never enjoyed the river like that, please come out.
And you don't have to go all the way down the river. Just bring your inner tube and float around the river. And we're going to have a hog roast. And it's going to be right there at the Connersville.
Historical Society grounds.
Society grounds. There should be plenty of parking, and we're going to try to get in the river. What do you think, Gino? 1 or 2 o'clock?
Yeah, 1 or 2 o'clock. It'll be a few hours on the river, and look, this is a leisurely float. It's a lot of fun. It's the most Fayette County thing to do in the summertime, and ever since I was a kid, we've been doing it. I used to, when I owned the River's Edge Campground, we had a canoe livery. We've done guided trips down there. We're going to have folks there to help. Don't worry about what kind of shape you're in. My grandmother did the float when she was in her late 70s. My dad will probably go with us. He's in his 80s.
Yeah.
It's a real nice leisurely float. We'll have people there to help, and it's just the scenery is beautiful. It's a great experience, and it's fun for all ages. You know, it's not like over the falls stuff or whitewater up at a high pile.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice. It's leisurely. We're going to get out down at my property down in Adelaide, and then we'll work it out with transportation, get everybody back up to the feed.
Yep. And like I said, if you just want to come spend the afternoon down at the river, and sit underneath a tree somewhere, or take a walk on the trail, it'll be a good time.
Yeah, with any luck, we'll see some bald eagles, some herons, and the wildlife's just beautiful on that trip.
So them's the two things we got. We got something coming big in September that me and Greg are working on, but we just don't want to make the announcement just yet. But we're hoping to do it the end of September.
And in June, you're going to be down at the Connersville at the river rally.
I'll be down at the river rally.
And then Chris Higby's coming on Saturday, May 11th.
That's next Saturday.
Yeah, so the Old Time Fiddlers will be playing some old fashioned.
Is that at the fairgrounds at the Old Time Fiddlers building? Do we know? Or
yeah, it'll be at the Old Time Fiddlers building, and Chris Higby band's going to be there. I guess they got some people coming in. The problem with the fiddlers are there's only a couple of them left in the Fayette County, and I think there's some guys coming in from Maryland and a couple different places.
Well, the music programs are dying in general, so to get somebody eclectic playing an instrument that's not,
Well, Chris is a lot of fun. I mean, when he tears it up.
Oh, yeah?
He's always a lot of fun.
That's next Saturday.
He climbed up on the stage at the Jamboree in the Hills.
Oh, yeah?
Got up on the top of the stage, not the stage, the roof of the stage. He climbed up on the clear at the top. I remember a few years back.
So was he the fiddler on the roof?
Anyway,
yeah.
Anyways, we can get back to Greg. Greg, I know you've been busy with doing interviews the last couple of days. And how's it? Have you found anything else different out? Or did you want to report?
I would just say that people are getting attention to Fayette County and what happened there and the cases, and we're getting attention on Delco and Chesco, and people have been calling President Trump directly and saying, hey, you got to get involved, and we've got to address these things. So we have the evidence, we have the cases, and it's getting quite a bit of national attention and national traction at this point. So I was on Emerald Robinson, Roger Stone will be on later. We were on Joe Hoff's show. He's the guy, the Gateway Pundit, radio shows, and people are calling us. We don't have anybody doing PR or calling these people. They're calling us, and they want to know what's going on. So I think we do have the appeal in for Fayette County, and we're gonna keep pressing that. And we've got some other news that we'll report on Thursday. We'll have an update for Thursday. So I appreciate everything you and Gino and everyone there has done. Celia, I don't know who's there. I couldn't tell who else is in the studio today.
Gina's with us today too.
Hi, Greg.
Gina. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are
everybody, can't thank everybody enough, and can't thank the people of Fayette County enough for all the support. I'm looking forward to coming out to that pig roast. I'm going to in the float, and we'll be talking about the stuff in September. So Fayette County is on the map, not only in Pennsylvania, but they're on the map nationally, and a lot of attention. So we're looking forward to some seeing how the things play out. So
yeah, and
we got to be on the show today.
And I know you've been typing, and I know you've been busy with the. Every time he thinks he has the federal case ready to go, we get some more information.
Right.
We get some more information. We have to decipher that. So, but I think it's going to get done within the next. Hopefully,
the next day or two. It's done. It's essentially done, but we're just still adding things that we just can't get over the information that keeps coming in. The software. We've got multiple affidavits coming in from Western Pennsylvania, Chester County, and Delaware County of election fraud, and we've got affidavits that we're going to be, stapling as exhibits into this federal case that we didn't know we were going to have. So that's why we said, better to wait and get everything in there than to put it in prematurely. It's waited this long; can wait another couple of days.
And we have people that are telling us things that they're letting us know things that we didn't think about before. So and that was one of the things that. I mean, it's been some late nights, and we've been having I don't want to say secret meetings, but kind of sort of.
Right.
So because we have to protect these people. Because we don't want them to get in trouble with, and that's where we're at. But anyways,
that's my cat in the background. If everybody was wondering, it's not a baby crying. That's my cat trying to get some attention. So, thank you very much, everybody, for today. And I'll let you.
Thanks, Greg. Thanks for all your work. You're doing all the heavy lifting, bud.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
We do appreciate you more than you know, Greg.
Thanks.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay, Gino, what else we have? Anything else?
Well, let's see. We covered some of the summer stuff. Covered some of the voting things that's going on. I don't have too much.
It's kind of been a slow kind of day for a lot of things, but
it was crazy for me. That started raining, so
yeah. And I'm glad that you're able to sell a lot more.
So we had a phenomenal week last week. We sold 10 buildings. So Dad's really down there tearing it up. Yeah, we've been really blessed.
Man, your poor dad's working hard.
Well, he loves it. I mean, he really does.
This is his therapy. He was supposed. His mother wanted him to. Get him out of
the house.
Get him out of the house and to the senior center, and Gino gave him a job.
Yeah, he's doing great. He's really tearing it up. So, like I said, anyone, if you're looking for a garage or a shed, go down and see Dad. He'll get you fixed up. We got rent to own right there, and our main building. We got what is that? 14 by 36 building. I believe it's like 11,000. It's two car garage for
11,000
grand
for $11,000.
Like $350 a month on the rent to own.
Yeah.
So stop in. It's right in the highway where it's.
And Yins will level.
Yeah, we'll do whatever you need. Demo the old shed. We do a little bit of that. Well, we demoed the shed today. Put some fencing up today, and we've been busy.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, football registration's coming up.
Football registration's coming up. Believe me, it's last day of April, and we're looking at football.
Yeah, because they got to get ready for the summer because, they prepare for the summer. So
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, the Junior Red Raiders, they're hosting an in-person registration Monday, May 6th through Friday, May 7th. Friday, May 10th. And that will be held at the high school cafeteria from 5:30 to 7 p.m. That you will need your child's birth certificate. They must live in the Uniontown School District, and they must do 2 fundraisers through the season for each child registered. So that will be $100 for each football player and, $125 per cheerleader? Yes, I believe. And that's for the 2024-25 season because they're also hosting a barbecue over the summer. There's a bunch of stuff coming up, and Joe Hazel's doing a lot of great things in Uniontown as far as bringing football camps and into Uniontown. There's one coming up in June. Hopefully we'll be talking more about that on Friday. So lots of fun things happening in Uniontown.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a crazy summer.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about the Hillbilly Float, though. That's going to be great.
Believe it or not, we already got a good many people that's
I know a lot of people.
that's going to come down.
Listen, we put literally probably put 1,000 canoes in the river. People have paid $42-50 to go down there, and this is free. Show up. Let us know if you don't have a boat. We'll find you one.
Yeah, we're gonna
boats, rafts for different people, canoes, kayaks.
We're gonna get some contact information out so people can. If I actually have one lady that she said she had a 16. I can't imagine how big. It must come from the military or something. I don't know. But anyways, she has a 16-person rubber raft that she's gonna.
That's great.
Her whole family's gonna.
It's a lot of fun to do that together too. Everyone can kind of tie off, kind of stay together, and please don't think you're too old or too out of shape to do it.
We forgot to say hi to Helen last week.
Oh, we did.
We did. Helen Shadarsky. Where is she from, John?
Washington County, and Gina and I were over there trying to help Melanie String Hill Patterson get some boats, and we were working one of the poles for her, and she come up to me and she gave me a hug and she says, "I listen to the radio show every week." And then I gave her a poster, and she was happy about that, and it's real cool when you're. I mean, she was from down in Washington County. She says, "I never miss your show."
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome.
Super sweet. I mean, I feel like she's the #1 fan, so we should.
All right.
We want to give her a shout out and tell her how much we appreciate her listening. And she's a treasure chest full of knowledge. She has the mind of an elephant. You know how is the elephant the animal that remembers everything?
Yeah, that's it.
She can tell you exactly what time, who's on the radio all through the day, and it's really she listens to the radio all the time. And then she was probably raised that way, but she was busy. She was coming to vote, and she was wanting to make sure we didn't miss anybody when they were coming in to pass out Melanie's cards. So
she was great.
But once again, like I said, we got a lot of things happening, a lot of things going on, and we're going to try to get. I really feel like that in the next few weeks we're going to get somewhere with some a couple things, and hopefully we'll get a recount for last year's primary, because I should get it. I mean, we proved it with, and I know
it breaks my heart that it takes this much to.
I was going to say,
I get it. There's big problems at a national level, but here, little Fayette County.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't get our act together in a bipartisan way and just count these votes.
Maybe with a new shiny font, it'll help us get more accurate results.
Right.
I tell you what,
it's just more deception. Just like with the jail, the stories, the spin. It's one thing after another. The fact that they commissioners brag what great financial shape the county's in. We all know that's not true. Mm-hmm. And it's a shame. And the truth eventually comes out, but it's a shame that we have to fight this hard in our little county. And I feel like if we didn't, nobody else would. I mean,
the cause of it,
and other people have got involved and stepped up, John, because of you. And that's one of the things that inspired me to get involved. And other people were stepping up and saying things. And
we never. When we went to file the federal lawsuit, Greg could tell you he's wore out, but. We thought it was just going to be like Fayette County and Delco County and Bucks County, and now I think there's 10 counties now that's attached yourselves to this.
I hope that gives us some juice. I mean, at the end of the day, I just care that we can get our act together here in Fayette.
Because Fayette is salvageable. I think Fayette County is salvageable. How do you say that?
Yeah, salvageable. The people who live here, have got to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're lucky that Greg's involved, but he's not from here. But he puts a lot more effort in. Look at all the people. They just don't seem to care.
Because if you look at a county like Allegheny County and how complicated the county is compared to Fayette, I felt like Fayette County is less complicated. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Because I feel like there's
we have less people here. We just need to get more people to care, to stick together, and inspire their people. We can turn it around.
Just look what happened with the injection well thing. There was 3-4 people got involved with that, and
we drove it over the top.
We drove it. Yeah.
Now, granted, we didn't stop them, but we did for Fayette County. Then went to Punxsutawney. I mean, I feel bad for those folks up there.
Yeah.
But if it's a hot potato, we just got to protect ourselves.
And the only way in Indiana County, was it Indiana County? They changed home rule.
Yeah. So fundamentally, they really took the bull by the horns for not just they're in a better shape to fight the injection wells from a structural standpoint than we are. And I think that's something some people are going to have to look around and say there's some realities we have to face here. County's shrinking. We have less resources. We have to use them better. And we have to restructure some things. I don't think it's a good time to be expanding the county offices like the commissioners have been. It's probably a bad time to start adding new school districts and expanding those. The reality, some of these things are going to have to merge, and people don't like that. But change is inevitable, but we should embrace it and do the right thing.
There's a lot of talk going around that these local school districts are going to have to start furloughing. How do you say it, John?
Furloughing.
I can't even
you
say
got
it
me
today.
Mixed up now.
Like my words are not coming out correctly. Laying off. There's going to be laying off.
Furloughs. It's just a reality because what happens when you either you're made to do these things like the commissioners, they'll be raising taxes, and it's not because of anything. That's we have to raise them because of expenses. No. Your decision to raise taxes, they made that last year when they bought the Gallatin Bank building and when they screwed up the jail beyond all recognition. The finances there.
We don't know.
There's more problems.
There's more problems, but we don't.
There's a lot of problems, and there's a lot more lawsuits coming. There's a lot of issues in this county, and you just have to address them. And I don't think you can sub every problem out like finding some company that we'll just repackage the voting information, and so it makes it more palatable to people.
Yeah.
Well, it all comes down to one thing, and no matter the January 6th protest or all these things happen or because of Act 77. No matter how you want to look at it, that's what caused this.
It was bad, lazy legislation.
It was, and of course the people that are in charge will tell you that the reason that the judges manipulated it. Now, the judges didn't manipulate it. The judges got mad because they're having to deal with it.
I can tell you, if you look back at the newspaper articles of the time, that especially that were out in Harrisburg, there was a lot of people foretelling that this was going to be a problem. Mm-hmm. I mean, and mostly on the Republican side, they were saying it was going to be a problem, but those voices got squashed, I guess, and they just advanced it anyhow. Special interest.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get that, but it's just a bad situation, and they've taken the integrity out of everything because of it, and everybody's always going to question it until they have the power. Believe it or not, they can say they don't, but all they have to do is just don't give the governor a budget. Just say no, and they have the power to hold up the money until
you're
he decides.
assuming that there's a Republican Party that is opposition to the other party, and really, I think it's a uniparty, in my experience.
Mm-hmm.
On all the big matters, when it comes to pharma companies and it comes to war and it comes to spending money, there's very little difference between the two parties.
Yeah.
But that's a discussion for another day.
Yeah.
That's a rabbit hole not to be explored today.
But anyways, I mean, it'd be almost like the two football games. I get it. It'd be like if you were playing a football game and then the two coaches decided before the football game, here's what we're gonna tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna choreograph all this, and then we'll flip a coin to see who wins at halftime, or in the fourth quarter we'll call timeout and flip a coin to see who wins.
They have to see who's betting on what.
Yeah, it's terrible. But anyways, hey, we got a minute to go. I want to let everybody know Chris Higby's going to be out at the fairgrounds on May 11th.
Oh, that'll be a lot of fun.
And then it's going to be a lot of fun at the Fiddlers Building. And go to the Fayette County Fiddlers Facebook page, and they have all the information there. Ahia Brett's coming on the 14th and 15th of May, and he'll be at Solid Foundation Ministries. We're hoping to have a big crowd there. So, anyways, on this road called life, you have to take the good with the bad. Smile when you're sad, love what you got, and remember what you had. Always forgive, but never forget. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. People change. Things go wrong. Just remember the ride goes on. God bless each and every one of you. God bless America. This is Jon Marietta, and I am the Hillbilly.
And this is your local station, WMBS. Right now we have light rain, 63 degrees. CBS News at 5 on WMBS Union.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.